Hi ladies, it's Kristen and we are here for Phoenix's 5-week update. As you can see, he was a little bit cranky and a little bit hungry, so he's just going to nurse for the first few minutes so that I can actually get this vlog done. I can't believe that I'm already doing a 5-week update, that it's already been that long since he was born. It's kind of crazy to me to think that. And the last week has just been really crazy. Not so crazy in the in having to go out and about, because really there wasn't that much. We did have his checkup, so I'll tell you about that. And we had co-op, and we ended up doing some crazy driving around trying to figure out some stuff to get our internet better, which I'll actually show you a couple clips of that at the end of this video. But I guess probably let's talk about his well-child checkup. Fortunately, I'm so happy about this, but our doctor's office is only about like 7 minutes down the road, which is so nice when we usually have to truck a half an hour into town, into the big town, which I put in quotation marks because it's really not that big. But for us, it's big, but one of the little villages closer to us has a doctor's office that I've really been pleased with, so we've been able to take him there. And well, we've been able to go there as a family. This was the first time he went. So we took him, and so this was when he would have been 5 weeks and 3 days old. He was 15 pounds on the nose, so he remains a real chunky monkey. Otherwise, everything looked really, really good with him. I did mention to her my concerns about him seeming to breathe really fast, and so she checked him. She checked his brachial and his femoral pulses and all of that just to make sure that everything seemed in line. We checked his pulse ox. So that means the pulses in his arms and the pulses in his legs up close to the groin area. That's where the femoral pulses are. And if the brachial pulses, the pulses in the arms and the ones in the legs differ greatly or really even at all, but if there's a difference, then that can be an indication that something's going on. That was good. His pulse oxygen was good in his little left foot, so that was also good. So, and then of course, like I said before, his color's been good. He grows well. He doesn't seem to struggle with breathing. He just seems to breathe fast and noisy. So Anna watched him for quite a bit. That's our care provider. And she said she thinks that, since he's thriving and doing well, we don't see any other signs to worry about, like any differences in his pulses or anything, that maybe it's just that he's really noisy. So it makes it seem like he's breathing faster, but he is really, really noisy. So I don't know. I guess to me it still does seem like he breathes fast more often than the other kids, but if it is just that he's a noisier breather, could it be that the other kids were breathing fast, but I just didn't notice as much? Maybe so. So anyways, at this point, I want to keep an eye on him, and I'm hoping that it will fade. But I guess I don't feel like instinctively like there's anything wrong, and especially since Anna concurred that she feels like he's good. I'm not really worried about there being like something secretly wrong or lurking hidden within him wrong. I just don't have a feeling like that, but it does still stand out to me. Like he does still breathe. It seems pretty fast to me, but maybe it's really just that he just breathes really noisily. And really he does everything noisily. So, when I'm talking on the phone and he's nursing, everybody can hear what he's doing. So he's just a noisy kid. Also, she looked at his tongue, and she said she feels like if there's a tongue tie, it's very slight, but she was happy to give me a referral to the ENT in town. And I know that I expressed that I've had some apprehensions because I called the secretary of the ENT's office to ask about health insurance, and she pretty much just brushed me off, didn't even answer my question. But Anna said that she's referred kids to the ENT for ear infection issues and stuff like that, and that people have always been pretty pleased. So maybe the ENTs are really good with kids. So I didn't get the referral. I figured that I would think about it. I'm considering maybe next week going back to the breastfeeding support group. I wouldn't say that I feel like nursing him has improved any. So, I guess part of me was kind of hoping that it would improve, but I don't feel like really it has improved any. He still clicks. He still seems to have a shallow latch. I also noticed some bruising on one of my nipples, which I'm not sure if that was from him or from the pump. Overall, I'm not going to quit nursing him, but it's not the most fun of experiences. I really wish that we could get the clicking to stop, because I can feel him kind of like breaking the suction with every click, and it just doesn't feel right. So the question, I guess, now is, do I want to get the referral to the ENT and see what the ENT says? And part of me really wants to. Part of me wonders, would it even be worth it, especially when I already feel like we are out and about way more than I want to be, and do I really want to try and do that with a specialist appointment? So I don't know. I'll have to think about it. But that was the verdict on that, and overall the verdict is that he's super healthy and everything. We didn't have any shots done. Anna did give me the immunization schedule for me to consider it for his 2-month visit, which will happen in about a month. But otherwise, it was a good appointment. It was fun to see how much he weighed. So that's how that went. Let's see what else happened that was of note this week. I have been really working on trying to help him get better with napping again during the day. I think the reason why it feels so important to me is because there's so much going on in my house, and there's so much that I'm needed for, that it's sometimes really, really tough to always have him in my arms. And just being able to put him down some is nice. So I really want him to be able to nap, and especially earlier in the day. We also started a change to our homeschool schedule, where we're starting, because we have our fellowship and stuff on Saturdays, so that's kind of our day off, and we decided to actually shift our homeschool week because our kids have been having trouble finishing their schoolwork. And a lot of that, I think, is their own procrastination, but we wanted to give them more of an opportunity to finish the schoolwork and really enjoy Saturday. And because we have some special stuff that happens on Saturdays that you don't get unless your schoolwork's been done. So we decided to shift our week, which is a benefit of homeschooling and working from home, so that we would have a school day on Sunday through Thursday, ending with co-op on Thursday afternoons, which the kids really look forward to. And then Friday, if they have work that needs to be finished, they can finish it, or their weekend is Friday and Saturday kind of thing. So we did that, and also the purpose of doing that was to try and more clearly define a little bit for me when are homeschooling times that they need me, and when I would say that it went pretty well, especially just doing the schoolwork Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday, which are days when they're still doing school, but it's less mom directed except for the little ones. That was a little bit rougher. Next week, I definitely need to give a little bit more guidance, I think, to keep them on track, even if I'm not right there with them at the points that I would be. And also, I need to make sure that I do the evening accountability, because that way I know what they did that day, and they know mom's going to check in with me, so I've got to keep on track and do my work. And so with that also gives me some flexibility to not worry quite so much about what Phoenix is doing, or more flexibility to be with him. But also, one of the purposes of changing the schedule like that is to give me a little bit more freedom to have time to work when I need to. So again, having him sleeping close to me while I'm able to work is going to be nice. But another thing that I decided to do for the upcoming week is go back to sitting more in my office chair, which I can nurse in. I've been mostly sitting in the recliner, but he's going to be 6 weeks old next week, and I'll go back to the office chair because I can type while he's sleeping on the boppy in the office chair. I can't do it in the recliner with the laptop, but I can do it at the desktop. So that might help me get a little bit more done, which might help me feel more like I'm balancing his needs with what I have to get done. So those are just some overall logistics thoughts for life. there's some other stuff really I should show you guys, and my daughter's been thinking of little things. She's like, if we do a day in the life of, these are things I want to film happening, like filming me doing, like I sometimes make up I like to make up lyrics to song tunes based upon what's going on in life, and she's like, we really need to record those. But anyways, there's some other things that we've been doing, like just little tweaks and hacks to kind of help the family that I should record. But what else has happened? So sleep-wise is good. Oh, I was going to talk about diapers. So diapering, I finally feel like I've got diapering under control in a way that will not soak cloth diapers. So we're still doing disposables while out and about at this point. But at home, I'm using the cloth. I'm happy with the cloth. I found... Let me actually see if I can grab one real quick, because I've got a basket of diapers that need to be stuffed real close by. So let me see if I can grab one. Okay, well, drat. I think that I've used them all, so I can't show them to you right now. He has one in here, but I don't know if I can get it to where I can show you like the brand while it's on him. But the brand, so they're these charcoal inserts like this, and the brand is Naturally Nature, and I know you can't really see the tag, so I'm not going to try. But, anyways, these charcoal ones from Naturally Nature, they're kind of gathered on the sides, and I really like these inserts because they will stand up to his peas, just one insert, and it's pretty thin. If I do the other, and these are inserts that a friend brought to me, and I really, really like them. If I don't use those, I have to use two of our inserts, which these are bamboo inserts from Alva, and I have to put two of them in there, at which point they're pretty bulletproof with two, or I have a few microfiber inserts, and I can put one of these and a microfiber in, and that will stand up, but it's still not not as trim as I like. Let me see here. If he's going to be... Will you cooperate? Have you wet this diaper? He's like, what are you doing to me, Mom? Okay. So I'm just going to put this on him, this insert over him in case he decides to pee. So these are the diapers that we're using. This one is actually a fluffy penguin, but as far as I can see, they're like exactly like the Alvas. But this is the liner. So... And I looked these up because, like I said, I got them from a friend, and they came up on Amazon. So you can get, I think you can get like a dozen of them for $24, or maybe it was $30. Anyways, it was right around there. And again, I really like them. I actually didn't think that I would like this gather, but I really do like the gather because it just kind of slides right up there into his diaper nicely. And I like that. And when I looked at them on their Amazon description, it says that they're charcoal bamboo on the outside, and then inside there's like a microfiber core, like 3 layers of microfiber, so altogether 3 layers, and they stand up to his pees. So I really like them because I was really getting frustrated because he was peeing right through anything that I put him in. So I think, I want to say that we've got like 6 or 7 of them. Maybe she brought me like a half dozen, I think. And so right now I'm debating, do I want to order another like dozen, which would probably be enough, I don't know, probably be enough to get him through a couple of days, and then only have to have the thicker 2 liners on him for a few diapers between diaper changes. And just kind of cut down on my overall liner quantity. Because with my other babies, they've all been much... Let's see if he'll turn around and look at y'all now that he's eaten. With my other babies, they've been much bigger before I needed to worry about like double liners or anything like that. And I just feel bad with such a small guy because I mean, he's big, he weighs a lot, but he's still a little fella. And I don't want it to be too bulky on him. And this, I mean, this probably already feels a little bit bulky compared to a disposable. But it's not nearly as bulky as it is if I have to have 2 liners. So, and I really do want to use cloth at home. So I haven't decided if I'll order those or not yet. Right now, I'm just making do between the washings with those. We're washing pretty much every other day. But I really like those liners. So I might get more of them. But that's, and then ECing. So I've been making more of a concentrated effort on ECing him in the past week and have caught a lot more peas. And of course, since I decided that we were going to work on ECing, he's decided that he'll go on like a poop strike. So he hasn't pooped in a few days. And I am really hoping that we will get a poop soon, and then I will also be able to catch it on the potty. He's still passing plenty of gas, so everything's still working. But he hasn't pooped. So, and my babies have tended to do this. I didn't think he was going to do it because he's pooped way more than any of my other little ones. Oh, are you offended? I'm talking about you pooping. But apparently he's going to do it too. So I might get an infant probiotic and I usually just dip my finger in and let them suck it off once and see if that helps bring something on. But don't have one right now. So we're just kind of hanging out and seeing what'll happen. But when he goes, it's going to be massive. Yeah. Oh, you're so offended that I'm talking about you. So anyways, that's what's going on with him. Other than just being a really big boy. Ooh. And I feel like sleep's going well. Again, I feel like I could probably officially call him a fussy or a high maintenance baby. But I'm still really resisting doing that. And just keep saying, you know, he's only 5 weeks old. He's only just at 6 weeks old. And so, you know, he'll get there. He'll get there. I have a staff meeting next week. And so we'll talk then more about when I'm coming back and how he's doing in relation to possibly going to births. I will admit at this point, I can't really imagine taking him to a birth because he needs so much still. But it's still like 4 weeks before I go back on call, so the next 4 weeks could bring a lot. I think once I guess I just really want to get to the point where he can just kind of be like this and be relaxed and not need to be bounced, and he's not there yet. So hopefully he does get there. Otherwise, the other big thing going on this week is that we have a mom in the practice that I'm a student midwife in. She had kind of a tough birth and has had some trouble with her milk coming in. So one of my fellow students called me and asked, would I be willing to pump for this baby because she's got some milk in, but they've had to supplement some. So it's been probably 5 or 6 days since then, and so I've been pumping every day for this other little baby. And I've been getting, I would say, about 10 ounces a day, maybe a little bit more. So I feel pretty good about that. I wish I could get about 20 ounces a day because I know that would be about as much as the baby would need per day without having to have any formula or anything supplemented, especially since mom is making some milk. But anyways, that's been fun, like having to have somebody bounce him while I go pump, which I feel like I've got plenty of milk, so he's still getting plenty of milk, and I'm getting a pretty good amount of milk to give to that mom. And it makes me feel really good to be able to do that for another mom, because I would want somebody to do it for me. I realize that we're crooked here. So that's what's been going on, and that's been fun. It's the most pumping I've ever done, and when that baby doesn't need milk anymore, I feel like I'm probably going to have so much extra milk from pumping. But that's what we've been doing, working on pumping too and trying to fit that in with all the other madness. And the other thing that we've been doing, which is what you're going to see the video clips about, is we've been trying to figure out, we've been experimenting with using cellular internet because our DSL internet is so outdated and the equipment's so old, it's so horrible. So we've been trying to use Verizon cellular data for internet, and we think that we have interference from another tower that's near us, and so that's been kind of crazy, and it's just been kind of crazy fun because at cellular data we actually took the modem into the van and drove around with it, me, Scott, and Phoenix, seeing if we got away from our house, would the problems that we're having stop, and they did. So, which is good information, but it's bad because it means that there is probably interference. We have a tower near us that has some utilities on it, and also like our fire department and stuff have some stuff broadcasting from that. So are they interrupting our signal? We don't know. But anyways, we've been doing some kooky stuff like moving the modem all around and everything, and I managed to get like kind of a candid camera moment looking at that, and then also at my 16-year-old who was mortified that I recorded her, but I am going to put her on the end of this video so y'all can see her. And I'm hoping to start maybe putting together more than just monologue stuff, more of you guys getting to see kind of some pictures of our life like that, because I know that's something that a lot of people have been asking about. So I'm going to go put all of this together, and I will talk to you guys next week, other than the staff meeting, which we'll try and do Phoenix's hearing screen right before the staff meeting. Otherwise, I don't really think there's a lot going on this week, but who knows, because our life can be crazy. So I will update you, and I hope that you guys all have a blessed week. My hair looks horrible. This is the crazy type of stuff that you do when you're attempting to get better internet connection at a rural location. Also, here's a gratuitous shot of Phoenix. Can you see him? Yeah. Okay. Say hi, Cassidy.
I look horrible, Mom.
You look beautiful.
My hair.
And a shot of my room looking horrible. We'll say hi to everybody. Say hi, Britton.
Hi.
Small people.
Hi. Hi.
Asher, get Daddy duct tape.
I think it's out in the garage or in Galen's bed. Galen's the last person with it.
All right.
We need it now.
Say hi. You Burgesses have been feeling kind of rotten. What are you doing, Galen?
Wait,
Uh-oh, but your phonics app disconnected because we're doing internet stuff. Oh, you look beautiful today, Sadie.
Are you taking
As does
pictures of
mine.
everybody?
I'm taking video. Okay. Say bye.
Bye.
Hasta la vista.